Recording.
We're going to go over the most important part of any ultrasound exam. It is plugging in the machine and entering in the patient data. So right now we're going to plug in the machine. It is a guaranteed fact that if you don't plug in the machine, every time you use it and every time you stop using it, your machine will die and then it won't be useful anymore. Also, you need to make sure that you wipe down each probe before and after every use, because no matter how often we say that, the probes get gummed up and disgusting, and it's just flat out gross. Besides, it's bad for infection control. So wipe out each probe before and after each use. An ultrasound system, generally these point-of-care ultrasound systems have usually 3 different probes. You have 2 low-frequency probes. You have your phased array and your curvilinear probe. And then you have a high-frequency probe. For the abdominal imaging that we're doing today, you want to use either the curvilinear probe, if you like a bigger window and you're not imaging the chest so much, or the phased array. This lets you image the chest a little bit better because it gets into the rib spaces. They basically give you the same depth of imaging, so both of them are good for abdominal imaging and deep chest imaging. If you want to image more superficially for pneumothorax, you're going to use this, and for the IJ, you're going to use the linear probe. After you've plugged in the machine, which you're going to do every time you use the machine, you're going to wipe down the probes, then you're going to enter in the patient data so that you can save your exam. For this Sparq system, you hit new patient, enter in the medical record number, and then at least the last name of the patient. And then save and exit. Now we're ready to start recording. Now we're live. You can tell from the screen that we've got the curvilinear transducer. I prefer to use the phased array, so for this exam we'll show you it with the phased array. We just switch the transducer to the one in your hands. And now we've got the phased array transducer. I know we're in abdominal presets because it says fast and because the cursor is on the left side of the patient's imaging. Make sure you're in the correct presets also whenever you start imaging. So we're going to start with the left upper quadrant. Sorry, we're going to start with the right upper quadrant.
So